Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the International Tea Appreciation's annual Victoria Tea Festival Revival held here in Nuka Court. We're really grateful to be here, and we're really grateful that you are all here. And it's been a wonderful festival thus far. I've had so many people from all different walks of life come through the door. There's 26 different merchant educators here this year. There's a Gong Fu tea competition. There's our symposium with some excellent speakers. There's also a workshop area and documentary film area. And it's our 10th anniversary. So it's very exciting, and I'm really glad that you can all be here, and everybody online as well. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to remind everybody that we're all here for the love, and we're a nonprofit society, and we miraculously make this happen every year. And especially with all the cuts to arts and culture funding, it's been a bit more challenging every year to make sure that we can keep the festival going. So if anybody would like to donate, you can do that online at the International Tea Appreciation Society website, and or at the front door when you came in. So thank you so much. And I am really excited about our talk today. And I don't know if you've had a chance to go into the gallery, but there are some incredible samovars in there. And the reason why there is that Irene Drmla is here from Specialty Tea, and her family for many generations have been experts and collectors of samovars. So I am excited to learn a lot more because I don't know much besides the basic appreciation of the beauty and the aesthetic of them.
Yep.
And so everybody, please, let's have a welcome applause for Irma coming today.
Thank you. Thank you. So, as she said, today we're going to I'm inviting you to journey with me across the continents, but not through time, tradition, but through tradition and tea. Our guide, a humble yet iconic samovar. You may have seen one in a museum or heard about them in Russian novels or maybe even your grandma's kitchen. I personally have seen one in my uncle's living room. He was originally from Iran. The gold one in the back room, that was his. It came with a hookah pipe. Don't ask us what happened to the hookah pipe, but the uncles are still upset. We wrecked it. Tug of war does not work with a hookah pipe. So a samovar is a unique antique. It is sorry, I am not a public speaker.
You're doing great.
It is a symbol of hospitality, a marvel of design, and a cultural icon. It transcends borders and cultures. So the word samovar actually means self-brewing or self-boiler. It originated in Russia. We think, although the Persians and Central Asia does take some credit for it, the first manufacturers were in a place called Tula. It is just outside of Moscow, where where it became the epicenter of samovar production. The Tula metal workers craft samovars in brass, copper, and then later in silver and in gold. The one that my uncle has is actually brass on the bottom, gold plated on top, which is very, very, thank you.
Irene, do you mind if I go grab it?
Sure.
And then we can show everybody?
Sure, yeah.
Do you want to continue talking and I will grab it?
Okay, sounds good.
Then we can see. Yeah.
In the 19th century, the samovars were everywhere, in homes, train stations, inns, and even military campaigns. They weren't just an appliance.
Can you help me grab some samovars for the talk?
They were a status symbol. Wealthy families commissioned metal workers to engrave them with floral motifs, family crests, and even gold plating, like I said my uncle's has. During the Soviet era, samovars took on a more industrial look. They've become more streamlined, less ornamentation, things like that. They also became electric because, of course, we all of a sudden had electric power. But the true essence of a samovar has never disappeared. Okay, so this is my uncle's.
Thank you.
So,
And can you bring a couple up for us? So do you mind
yeah, sure. Okay.
telling us a little bit about
So
it?
let's just skip through that. So the samovar comes in parts. We have our body, where we would fill hot water into. Now this one, being a modern one, is actually electric, so it has the electric coils. The older ones will have had, I think this is an old,
Is this an
nope,
older-
that's not an old one. The older ones will have a chimney that go down the center where you would throw in charcoal or briquettes or even pieces of wood. So this will hold your hot water and this will hold your concentrate of tea. So when you are ready to have your cup of tea, you will take the concentrate up here, fill your cup with however much you want, and then dilute it with the water from the bottom to get it to the strength of what you would like. That way, because this is a universal household item, everybody can make the tea exactly how they want. Now, in Iran, where this one was from, you would take the tea and then you would put a sugar cube in your mouth and then you would sip the tea through the sugar cube. In Russia, where this one is from, you would actually fill your cup quite much ways, and then you would take a slice of strawberry jam, plump that on top, and that's how you would drink it.
No, strawberry jam?
You get your vitamin C, your sugar, especially in the winter, it could not, scurvy.
That's incredible. I didn't know that.
Yeah, scurvy was really bad in Russia because they couldn't get enough fruits and vegetables in this winter.
So you would put the jam right
in
inside.
the tea.
Okay,
Yeah.
and this would be this.
This would be the body, hot water, and then unfortunately, through years, the teapot is the first thing that always goes. I have lots of samovar bodies, very few teapots that go with it. So yeah, so like I say, this one is also an electric because in the back, but in the old days, they would have a chimney that would go straight down here.
Can you bring the one with the chimney? Yes. Thank you. Let's take a look, hey? Yeah, it's wonderful to see. Oh, question, yes.
Does the teapot not cover the chimney then?
No, because it would have little holes for the water. You want the steam to come up through the chimney to keep your teapot hot on top. So that would keep the tea warm all day.
Here, let's
So
swap over.
This is a true one. So this one also
Thank you, Irene.
has a second
Thank you so
chimney.
much.
Because this one is used in Morocco or in Turkey for green tea. So you don't want the water too hot. So there is the chimney. So they would throw their briquettes down there, and then it has well, it used to be able to open. I'm not going to force it.
When is this one from? How old is this one?
This one is from, we think it is made in Turkey.
Okay.
But it was a Moroccan gentleman who gave it to us. So it is made in Turkey for Morocco. And the reason being with the green tea, you want the water, the steam, to cool down. Yeah,
And
this way.
what year would you say this is from?
This is 1900s, so
Oh,
early
wow.
1900s.
Okay. And is this something you would find in someone's home or in a tea house?
This
or
one from the size, I would say, would have been in somebody's house,
Okay.
tea house. We have other ones that are really big, bellied ones that are Russian. They came from a train station or a mayor's office because they actually have tea stamps on them. So in Russia,
What's a tea stamp?
a tea stamp is for that you paid your tea taxes.
Oh.
So yes, in Russia you had to pay your imperial royal tea taxes in order to have a samovar in a public place. So if you wanted it in a train station or the mayor's office or any place like that, restaurant, you had to pay your taxes. Always.
Do you think it was because it was so popular and it was an easy tax?
It was an easy tax. Tea is the most popular drink in the entire world.
I can attest to that.
And especially the Russians, they love their tea. So yes.
And can you tell us a little bit more about this one?
So this is the story of the 7 kings.
Okay.
So they are on here, and it is a very traditional Iranian Persian design.
It's beautiful.
Like I say, gold plated. Like I say, it came with a lot more. It had cups, it had the hookah pipe, it had everything to go with it, and it would have been used on special occasions only because
Okay.
of the plating and things like that. Now, for my aunt, it was her wedding gift from my uncle's family, but they had an everyday samovar at home too, which was just plain. It was not ornate. When family comes, this would be pulled out. It would show a status of wealth.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah.
And so I'm curious, just because I love brewing, this would be, it would have to be really strong. How would you brew it?
Throw the tea leaves in.
Yes? And just dense, thick brew.
Yeah.
Okay.
When my uncle used to make tea,
Yep.
he would pour it on when he wasn't doing samovar style. He would pour it on, and I would walk over straight away and pour myself a cup of tea, because if you let it steep for the 2 minutes, it would be so strong. And they don't take milk.
Oh, that's the sugar.
Yeah,
That's why you've got the
you
sugar.
cube in your mouth. Yeah.
And is it black tea? Or?
Always in Iran, it would always be black.
Okay.
It might have saffron in it if it's
Oh.
a special occasion, but usually they will use an Iranian. They do grow their own tea, so it would be an Iranian black tea, or they would use Georgia tea. So from Georgia, so because they have a very close relationship with Georgia and Turkey as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Please.
When you were talking about the teapot at the top,
Yeah,
is it brewed though?
the top will have the brewed tea in it.
Just very constant.
Very, very strong. Yes.
Yeah, and then you
welcome.
add the water to
Yeah,
how you
so
want to
that-
dilute it.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
So you would pre-brew the tea and then put it on the samovar, and the water in the samovar would just keep warm?
Yes,
or what?
yeah, and then you would dilute it with the water from beneath as well, yeah. Right. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So you would put it underneath, you would put your cup in so it would catch any of the splashes. Also being a Muslim country, they would have, they have a bigger one where they would actually first have to wash their hands before they would even be able to touch the samovar. But that is just a religious thing. Yeah.
Lars, do you think we could swap a few of these up? She's got an incredible collection back there, and is everybody enjoying looking at the collection and discussing them? Yeah, me too. Please.
Mm-hmm.
That had the story of the 7 kings.
Yes.
Quick overview of that. What is the story?
Oh, so the 7 kings, as far as I remember, I mean, I heard it last when I was a child, is they were 7 brothers, and they became the kings of Persia. But of course, being brothers, they also had a fight about who would be the head king, and there's a whole thing, and then the one guy won, and yeah. But it is very traditional because it also represents the 7 tribes of Iran, or the 7 tribes of Persia. So each prince took over a tribe.
Oh,
This
my
is my most
goodness.
modern one.
It's stunning.
This one is Turkish. It is made from porcelain.
Thank you. got it?
This is how they would look nowadays. So bigger teapot, smaller vessel. Because it's electric, it will get hotter faster, of course. Whereas when being charcoaled, they would have to keep water hot longer, and it wouldn't take as easy to warm up again.
This looks hand painted though.
I-
This gold
yeah,
looks hand
I think the
painted.
gold leafing was added later. So
Okay.
yes, yeah,
And so once again, concentrate.
yeah.
Thanks, Lars. Lars is our amazing volunteer who stands guard for all the exquisite teaware and ceramics and samovars.
May I just clarify?
Yeah.
So the tea on top,
Mhm.
boiled water is added.
Well, boiled water is added to the concentrate to get it to the strength that you like.
No, but I'm saying when you brew the tea initially, you add boiled water or cold water?
Oh, boiled water, boiled. Yeah, yeah. You make it like normal tea. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, we've got another question.
Mm-hmm.
Just going backwards a bit in your talk.
No problem.
You mentioned
I think it's an Iranian thing. I've only ever heard of it being done in Iran, in Iran that way.
That's funny. I was confused because my dad was Norwegian. We're all foreigners. When they drank, I always thought it was ours.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah. So maybe they picked it up, or yeah. So this is my
you.
Russian one. Yeah, that's very strange.
You're welcome.
So this is my Russian one. So this is the oldest stamp I can read on this one is 1852.
wow.
Yeah. So this would have come from, like I say, a public house because it has, as you can see, very small, the little T tax things on it. So yeah.
Okay.
Everybody just walked around with their own teacup, and then they would in a public place.
Basically, yeah. Or at the they would have little cups there for you. A Turkish one is about this big. A Russian one is maybe 6 ounces. So you wouldn't get a lot of tea, and probably in the public places they would make them even smaller. But yeah,
It's better than water, right? Because it would not have bacteria.
exactly. And that is one of the reasons a lot of places started adapting tea into it. It's because you have to boil the water, you get rid of the pesticide, everything that is in the water, and tea, of course, is healthy. It's got lots of health benefits to it. So people were finding that drinking tea throughout the day was actually more healthy for you than just drinking water, especially in the 1800s.
I mean, we've got another question over here. I'm loving all the questions.
Hi.
Would they be making these teapots? Would they be specialists? Would they be tradespeople?
Yes, so they usually were made by tinkers, tin makers. In Russia, the biggest place was Tula. In Turkey, there's a place just outside of Istanbul where it's very famous for making them. And in Iran and places like that, it is a common place because there's a lot of metal workers there that would make them, yeah.
I know that there's a really rich tea culture in Iran.
Yes.
And Isfahan, I believe, is a real historical hub.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how the samovars played a part of culture in Iran? Is that where your family mostly
Well,
comes?
my uncle was from Iran. I'm originally from Germany. My father is German. My
Okay.
mother is German. My father is Greek. My mother's sister married an Iranian, so that how's that. My uncle, my mother's brother, married a Thai. We're a very multicultural
Oh, I love this. So we
family.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So
So,
can you tell us a little bit about what you know about how community culture, family culture related to the samovars? Were there certain places where they were more used in public, or certain places where they were more used in the home?
in Russia was really one of the only places that it was used in public places.
Oh, okay.
But the samovar is always the hub of the home. Everybody would gather around it. It is used in novels, like I say in Russian novels, Anna Karenina. Everything happens around a samovar. Check out.
It's wonderful.
So yeah, so a lot of plays, a lot of Russian plays, the hub is always going to be around the samovar. Even in the Arabian Nights tales, there is a samovar in it. So it is a cultural thing which always brings people together to talk. You sit around the samovar, you pour yourself your cup of tea, and you have discussions. The philosophers, the Russian politics, everything was, the revolution was discussed over
Around
a samovar. Yeah.
And how are samovars in place today in contemporary society?
Well, in contemporary societies, we are still using them in the house. So a lot of Russians, a lot of Iranian families, Turkish families, Kashmir families will have them in their house for special occasions. They have changed a little, though. Instead of being more like this, we now have what was called a Turkish samovar. So it is 2 pots that you put on top of each other and you put on the stove. That is the modern samovar. And then those 2 pots can also become just 2 regular vessels that they can use. So the Turks have modernized it, so we don't need such an elaborate thing. But on special occasions, the big ones are still pulled out.
I want a modern one for. It's so beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that. You can gather around it. I imagine in the winter it lets off heat, so
Oh,
you
want to just go like that to them
you
in the
get
wintertime. Yeah.
warm and
Yeah.
the conversation
Definitely.
and it's a point of focus as well.
Yeah.
Because everybody's adding their own, so there's a little bit of individuality within that.
And people talk about, oh, really? You're doing that?
Oh.
That is not enough tea, or
That's
that
too
is
dynamic.
way too strong. Like we've had
Oh,
those
that's
discussions as
fantastic.
well. Yeah. So it's always a community thing. Yes.
So is it traditionally black tea except for Morocco? Is,
Morocco and Turkey are the two countries, oh, and Kashmir, that are the places that would use green tea. Turkey would be green tea with apple in it.
Oof, yum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fresh apple always. In Morocco, it is a green tea with mint and lemongrass. In Kashmir, it's a green tea with saffron, almonds, and a hint of cinnamon.
Oh,
Saffron only added when it's a wedding, a special occasion, of course, because saffron is so expensive. But yeah, so those places. And in never a flavor. If you're using black tea, it's always straightforward black, usually in Assam or something a little bit more heavy.
So is it all coming from India or?
Well, yes and no. Some places will only be able to bring in Indian tea because there are sanctions in certain places. So we cannot get Iranian tea because we have sanctions against Iran. We can get Georgian tea, which also supply Russia and places like that. So they would take from Georgia, but a lot of places will take from India because it is a consistent year-round supply. Like we don't ever have to worry about weather in India. Yes.
those, like the fresh apple, and would that go into the concentrate or would that go into the water?
That would go into the while you're steeping the tea. So they would take the apple slices, tea leaves, and things, and steep it all at the same time,
all in the top.
all in the top.
And
Yeah.
that doesn't get too bitter? Like just leaving it steeping there for so long?
That's why you dilute it with the water from beneath.
okay.
And these guys have a tough stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to comment. A friend of mine taught me the Turkish way of the teapot.
And over the teapot, yeah.
Another pot that's
Yeah.
boiling. And it does something to the black tea that just the continuous boiling
Yeah.
actually keeps the stringency at bay. I don't.
Yeah, I think it's the way that because you're actually having it in there, the water moving is not like releasing the tannins. That's too scientific for me.
Yeah.
I blend tea, I drink tea. That's about it.
We got another question over here.
I'm sorry, I came in late, but I'm just wondering on the left, the Russian traditional one, is there like a teapot that would go on top?
There would have been, yeah.
Like a ceramic
It would have been metal as well, but
brass?
yeah, over the years, the person who gave it to us lost it. So yeah,
The main
this is only hot water.
boiling hot water that
Mhm.
you would pour from somewhere else?
Yeah, you would bring it in, and then, like I said, the center here
Here.
has a chimney where you would drop charcoal briquettes down.
It sounds like people bring you samovars. You are known if
We
that.
are known to accept homeless samovars. We will take them in out of the kindness of our heart. And
Oh, that's so wonderful.
we have a lot of customers over the 27 years that we've been open that have some of us are downsizing, have given them to us, or we have actually sold. We used to sell some of us, and they have given them back to us. So yeah,
So,
yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, please.
Specialties. I'm on at 610 Yates Street. Yeah.
And how long have you been there?
20, well, in Victoria, we've been 28 years.
Oh,
In this
amazing.
location, only 10.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a photograph or something of the more modern samovar?
No, unfortunately.
That's going to have to be a lookup when you get home. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm
hopefully.
really interested to see as well because I really appreciate the idea of coming together and sitting
Yeah.
with friends and having a common focus.
So the
So
other
we need
thing
to-
about most of these samovars, though, are because they're not used very much in North America, they are all wrong voltage for over here. Everybody asked me to bring one that's working. There is no such thing, because mine are all European voltage. Doesn't work. We tried.
Oh, wow,
It does
okay.
not bring water to a boil. Yeah,
The
and we need to
T20.
and then and it didn't keep the water hot enough. There is certain things, electronics do not work with adapters. Yeah, so unfortunately,
If there's any electricians out there that have a passion for samovars, please.
yeah, contact me. I have a lot that could be rewired.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I have one more question.
Mhm.
I know it's a bit unfair, you may not know, but I'm very curious how this spread, right?
Oh, it was
Trying to think historically how Russia was connected.
the trade routes. The
Yeah,
Silk Road, the
coming from
Spice
China.
Road, everything like that. It all actually, if you looked at it, it went up and it would go up to the Red Sea and then up that way. And there it would split. It would actually split from Turkey. So it would go this way or that way into Europe or into the Balkan. So that is, but Russia, Turkey, and Iran, they had a very close deal, trade agreements for centuries. It was started actually by Alexander the Great, who sort of brought that all together. And yeah, so. Great. Well, the Russians were actually brought in by the Vikings, because the Vikings came to Russia, and then from there, they were the explorers, and they went down into Turkey through Russia. So from Finland over to Russia, then down into Turkey. And they started the trade routes that way. And then going across from Greece into Turkey and then down into India and places. That was actually established by Alexander the Great.
That may explain the Norwegian.
Could be.
Yeah, it would.
You would actually, because the Vikings, I mean, those guys were everywhere. And like they could have talked about it, and yeah. Well,
That's wonderful. Any more questions? Well, have you got have we
I
got
think
everything
we
here?
pretty much got everything here. We talked about the design.
Yes.
We talked about where they come from. Yeah. I don't know what else I could tell you about a samovar, except if you want one, you're going to have to go on looking in Europe. Or we're trying to source the double boilers. So we are trying to source those. It's just, it isn't the easiest thing right now with the way trade stuff is, because a lot of things come through the United States and then come to us. So that does not work right
we've
now.
got two
Yes.
questions. Yeah.
Yes, it would have been brass.
So how's it treated on the inside?
Well, in those days, it didn't. No. Could explain a lot. Brass was not known to be not good for you back then. So nowadays, they will put a porcelain glaze on, or be the inside being stainless steel. Yeah.
Oh, one more question.
Yeah.
Sorry if I missed this, but are you selling any of your teas here? Because you're kind of like a celebrity to me, and I
Yay!
We're right out there. Actually, literally right there. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the one with the dog.
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful selection of teas today.
Thank you, yeah. So to tell you a little about me, I am a tea importer. I bring in tea from all over the world, and I do all my own blending. We in my store, I have around 400 different teas, 300 which I make.
Incredible.
Yeah. So my name is Irene. Nice to meet you guys, and I hope I've taught you something about some of us.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Thank you.
All right.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I learned a lot.
Okay. Well, I'm
And
glad.
and I also, it was really exciting to see your arc of knowledge with
Oh.
tea history and the different areas, and also the samovars for sure,
Yeah.
but also, the journey of tea from China through to Iran and the north to Russia. And
Yeah.
it's really important because a lot of people, I think, focus on sort of the Asian side of
Yes,
teas
and that-
don't look at how it's spread. Like
Yeah.
you said, all over the world. It's the most popular drink in the whole world.
Everybody drinks tea, and people say, "Well, you're German. Why do you drink? Why do you have a tea store?" tea stores are as common in Germany as coffee places. Like, we have a place for tea, yes.
Do you have an active samovar in your house?
I don't anymore. I had one of the double boilers, but my kid wanted to, when she moved out, she wanted it, so.
Oh, you're a good
It's
mom.
somewhere in Toronto. I hope. Otherwise, it's somewhere in Los Angeles, and she left it there, and I'm mad. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was wonderful.